Well, hi everybody. Happy Sunday, the Sabbath, the Lord's Day. Welcome to a special Sunday Scream. Hello to Blade Vap, Boulder, Sylveon's Strongest Soldier, Foolish Fish, good to see you. Hello Game Pro. Hello Mecha Ninja, Lonely Tuatara. Mecha Ninja's on a 55 Vap stream streak, which is crazy. Hello Static, Vetti Vor Vaptastic Visionary Vart. Wow. Did I say Game Pro and Chilith? Hello, hello. Did I miss anybody? Welcome back, everybody. It is time to do some streaming. I really wanted to keep working on my army of Dratini's today. However, the white paint is still, I think it's in like Kentucky right now. I've been tracking it. It's taking a very long time to get to my house. So, and the white paint is pretty much the only thing left to do on most of these teenies. And then, of course, the coat of gloss, varnish, or whatever the heck it's called. So, next weekend, I think, will be the Dratini Army Stream special. For now, I'm just going to continue working on the legendary beasts. And I actually wanted the chat's opinion on something. Ho-Oh's feathers. Originally, I had this concept. Oh, hello, Sun Circuit, reading with a party of 3. Oh, I just started my stream and I'm already getting a raid. That is extremely nice. Welcome, Sun Circuit. Thank you so very much for the raid. What were you streaming today? I'm just sitting down to continue working on this watercolor of the 3 legendary dogs, cats, beavers, whatever they are, from the Johto region. And I usually stream here on Wednesdays and Fridays, but lately I've been doing special Sunday streams, so welcome everybody. That's a nice opinion, Vaps's Blade. Why, thank you. Welcome to Vap Chat, sponsored by Nature Rally Bars. I'm gonna turn this music down a little. Whoa. Sun Circuit says, hi, hope you have a good stream. I was also making Pokemon PMD art. Oh, that's sick. Let me go give you a follow on Twitch. Oh, Grovile and the fairy, whose name is Celebi. Yes, I have followed you. Adorable. Thank you so much again for the raid. Okay, let's get started. I wanted to ask y'all's opinion on the feathers. So, originally I had this notion that I wanted several of Ho-Oh's feathers falling down into this shot. Like I was gonna put one here, one here, one here, and then smoke billowing up. But it has recently occurred to me that maybe it's kind of overkill to do multiple. Maybe it would actually be more impactful if there's just the one feather. What is y'all's opinions? Hello, Schneeze Law. Thank you very much. Make sure you get Suicune's feathers. In fact, I can even set up a poll here. Ho-Oh's feathers? Question mark. One or multiple are your options. Whoops, I just realized my cat is closed in here for the stream. I don't think she's gonna want that. Well, she's settling into her little bed actually, so maybe that's fine. Maybe 2 feathers or 3? Yeah, definitely not like more than 3. It's either like 3 or 1, I'm thinking. Well, or 2. Thank you for following Schneeze Law and Ghastly Kirby. This is the last bite that I'm having of my Nature Valley bar. I swear I will not be crunching throughout the whole stream. Final Fantasy Pill and associate Phoenix Down feathers with reviving. Well, as you should. Thank you for following also, Sun Circuit. One second, I'm actually gonna let Pi out of the office. I don't think she wants to be in here. Come on, sweetie. You wanna leave? It's gonna be noisy in here. You're not gonna like it. Go outside. Come on, skedaddle. There you go. She looked really confused that I had come in here and started making a big racket. The pie dish. Echo, I'm not sure. Also, first of all, hello. But I'm not sure which clips you're talking about. I did see a very wonderful video of a mascot suit of an Eevee running a race. And it fell on its face and couldn't continue. Oh, okay, I have 3 votes for one Ho-Oh feather and 3 votes for multiple. Well, not helpful, but funny. I think if that's the case, I'm just gonna kick the can down the road and not worry about the feathers for now and just continue working on the creatures. I think that'll be fine. That means 2 feathers, says Sylvia on Nature Valley Bar ASMR straight into the mic. Crunch, 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 crunch. My vote should count as 2. Don't check which one my vote is. Forgot to detail their Mediza show. Oh, it's on Discord. Okay. I was working multiple shifts this weekend, so I have not been on the Discord very much. You know what I just realized? Raiku's back leg actually does have some yellow wrapped around the outside of, like, the haunch. So it should be a little bit visible. Like, he's got this leg, which is his right leg, and then the back leg here. I should be able to see a chunk of it. Raikou kind of has, like, this cute little underbelly. It goes on a 20-stream streak. Redeemed Dratini takeover. Mef Reset says, this is beautiful. I love these 3 legendary Pokemon. Why, thank you. They are also very big, classic, all-time favorites of mine from childhood, so I want to do them justice in this piece. I'm hoping that I'll make them look appropriately cool. Epic, for lack of a better word. And this is, for anyone who wasn't with us on Friday, this is actually a recreation of an older painting of mine that I made, like, I think 11 years ago is what we decided, so it'll be very cool to see how much I've improved and what things about my style have changed in this many years. Thank you for following Creative Vitality. His haunch, his leggy, his little bean-brushed limb. What is a bean-brushed limb? Alright, sounds good, Ico. I'll catch you later. Japan's official Pokemon starters mascot for the anniversary. Ooh, shamancy. Okay, what does the camera quality look like? Not bad. Okay, the sun is starting to go down, so I'll have to brighten this up as I go. That was my hand motion for brightening. Like I'm a wizard. I feel like I don't think I'm quite there with Entei yet. I think I want to work on Entei's shading a little bit. Because parts of Entei's body almost look like metallic between its sort of its faceplate thing and then the bracelets that it is wearing. So I want to go ahead and put some sharp, crisp edges on it to show that this is a sort of a, how would you call it? Not inorganic, but, you know, that the shapes of his body are not like... What am I trying to say? Let me think this through. I'm just going to fully pause and think through what I'm trying to say here. Right angles. He has some parts of his bodies that have like really sharp, clean, right-angled lines. There we go. Probably pretty obvious based on the way I'm talking, but I did just wake up from a nap like maybe 15 minutes ago. It was not a nap I was intending to take, as all the weirdest naps are. I got home from work, I took a shower, and I was like, I'll just rest my eyes for a moment. My eyes are a little tired from work, and they just need to be closed, but not asleep, just closed. And then I passed out. You know, my eyes did rest though, so was I wrong? I don't think so. I wasn't right either, but, you know, I gotta take the battles I can win here. Okay. So there's the bracelet. Yeah, Entei's starting to look a little cooler. And then his headpiece also has kind of some sharp outlines on it. But we'll deal with that more later once we're deeper into this process. You're my little bean brush limb. You're BBL. That's not what that stands for. Poke boulder, just to annoy him. You see, you have the beans on his toesies, then you have the embedded on his paws that's brushed in there, mixed into the paw part, and yeah, that explains nothing while explaining nothing. Oh, okay. I get it now. My freaking limbs are always being brushed by beans. I want to say bean-speckled limbs, but it's not as alliterative. Ooh, I like that. Technically correct, the best kind of correct. Hi, Flareon. Finally, some actual Pokemon. No snakes, no worms, just normal Pokemons as Arceus and attended. That's right. That's just like Arceus attended. Oh my gosh, you guys are already cracking me up. But it's good. It's waking me up. This is very good. Today I learned how to do the real dirty work at my job, like cleaning big giant dirty floor mats that were a lot heavier than I thought they would be. I'm gonna have to build some muscle. I got home and Pi, my cat, walked up to me to like sniff me and be all friendly with me, and she smelled me and was like, no. Just like walked away. Really smelled like a dump. What can you do? Those floor mats needed to be cleaned. I'll probably learn how to do it in a way that is less, you know, that gets less floor mat residue all over my body. But you know, for now, they're clean and that's what counts. Okay, we're gonna give Raikou some darker eyes. I feel like Raikou and Suicune were very common Pokemon for kids to mispronounce or not know how to pronounce. I had a pun. Beanie Bopper, that's what they have. So true. Pie, says Toby. I know. I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I'll go shower. I can't help it. Someone had to clean those nasty floor mats. And it had to be me. Ooh, I see a little crumb of nature value that no one is attending to. Don't mind if I do. Oh, I forgot about Entei's backplate thingies. Those are also sort of angular and crisp looking. I'm gonna put a little bit of an edge on those. I think that will look sick, nasty, dope. Positive. Trying to think if anything else interesting has happened since Friday. That is the funny thing about doing the Friday Sunday streams. I pretty much only have, what, like 48 hours for anything interesting to happen for me to tell you about. And kind of nothing interesting did happen. I did make the rather foolish decision to accept a bunch of croissants that were going to expire. And I was like, yeah, I can probably eat all these croissants before they expire. I have so many croissants in my house right now. It's untenable. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these croissants. I've been trying to eat them, but it's like, you really can only eat so many croissants in one sitting. It's almost like the saltine challenge because they're so dry and flaky. And eventually you just start kind of being like... See, I don't know how that's gonna work out. We'll see. I'll try my best. I don't want these croissants to go to waste, but I also don't want them to go to me. Okay, let's see. Vappy's tired. Eepy, very long day serving guests, wants to take a small sleep. She's Eebie and Neebies to sleep. Oh my god. A sludgy little gal. She is retired and needs to sleep. A little sleeping time as a treat. Vapor rom 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 rom. Twirled girlo. What are you saying, Boulder? I finally relented and bought an actual black watercolor, says Chileth. Ooh, what type? It's nice to mix for some things, but I wanted it just dark black. I don't have to mix for a bunch of stuff. It's super handy to have on hand. Boulder's referencing... Is Boulder... Toby's asking the question we're all wondering, which is whether Boulder has officially started smelling toast and lost the plot, or if he's referencing something. Has Vap met Arceus yet? I don't think so. What about Arceus? The missile is EP, is Pi the missile. There's no time to explain. Get in the battle bus. You don't know it was super sweet blood today? Stick the croissants in the air vents. Wow, Vap, brag more about your army of croissants. Yet I have about 5 croissants per car so that I'm never hungry. You should do Twitch's first croissant giveaway. That's crazy. I got some Winsor & Newton Ivory Black Pro Series stuff. Very nice. I might have fast-tracked my graduation. I went to my professor for homework help and somehow walked away with more info on grad this year. Still not sure what it all entails since my professor has the power to check my class transcript. I like the dramatic pause. I've been smelling toast for a long time, turns on Blender. It's like the lamp black you use, but it granulates. Oh, that's right. You like the granulation. And if Hep meets Arceus, is she dead? Oh man, it would be so funny. I won't do this, but it would be so funny to do a Vap comic where she meets Arceus and it's just the last ever Vap comic because she died. Can you imagine? And then the next post I make is like, thanks for reading Vap comics for 15 years or whatever it's been. Oh, it sucks so bad. People would be so mad at me. It's a good bit though. For April Fools. Oh, Boulder's not smelling toast. He's referring to a meme about Missile being Aipi. Who is Missile? Am I revealing myself to be terribly chopped unk by not knowing who Missile is? I actually took a quiz the other day to find out if I'm chopped unk. Why is my phone doing this? So annoying. And the quiz did say that I'm not that chopped unk, I'm only a little, so, you know, take that for what it's worth, which I guess is probably nothing. It's probably worth nothing. I think if you take a quiz like that, you already know what the truth is. I just, you know, I thought maybe I could still sort of keep up with some things. I'm doing okay. I feel like streaming on Twitch keeps me youthful. There will come a day, and that day will not be far, but there will come a day where streaming on Twitch is like a insanely cringy, old person thing to do. I think it's still sort of in the zeitgeist for now, but oh, its days are numbered. This will become the new boomer activity before long. Just you wait. I can't wait until Twitch is just exclusively like 45-year-olds. Who is the Missile? Last Vap comic after that should be Zubat posting a listing in the newspaper for a new roommate. Do that one secretly and save it for if the comic ends. If you have to take a quiz, Vap. Exactly. I took a WikiHow quiz yesterday to find out if I slay, and it said I'm chopped. Can you find that and send it to me? I would like to take that quiz. Wait, I have links turned off. Oh, I'm a fool. I sent a stupid photo to your DMs for a joke face for RQ's comic. Oh boy, if links are allowed, I may or may not be able to cite my sources if they would ever exist, but they're banned, you're gonna have to assume I'm original. I sent you the original thing. You could kindly answer my question. Is Pi the Missile? I guess so. It could be. Okay, let's do WikiHow quiz. Am I... No. Do I slay or am I chopped? Let's see if it comes up. How much do I slay? Beauty and personality quiz? To slay or not to slay, that is the question, but slaying isn't just a thing you do, it's a lifestyle and a state of mind. You can't eat and leave no crumbs if you're not truly hungry after all. So which is it? Do you slay or are you more of a humble chop? Answer a few simple questions and we'll tell you what kind of diva you are. How come when I read the chat, I read it like a first grader who's like using the phonics method to read text, and I'm reading this WikiHow with perfect precision. Okay, you know what? I need to do a screen share for this one or else you guys are not going to be able to see whether I'd slay or am I chopped or whatever. Make sure I don't have any revealing information on the screen. Okay, we're just going to switch over to screen capture here. Okay. Choose some footwear regardless of your gender. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I guess barefoot. Choose an accessory. A nose ring? Choose a perfume scent to wear. Lilac, vanilla macaron, leather musk, or chai spice. Macaron! I love macarons. Pick some sunglasses. You've gotta go with the heart eyes. Would you snap a selfie and send it to your crush right this moment? I'm gonna send an old one, because right now I'm wearing my pajamas. Strike a pose! Okay, realistically, the second one is the pose that I would strike. What is this last one? What is this one? Is he pulling his pants up? I'm gonna go with this one. How's your posture this very moment? Loose and casual, but not sloppy. I'm hunched like a shrimp. I'm twisted into a pretzel. My back is straight to the heterosexual. Hunched like a shrimp. Choose an aesthetic. Executive, cyberpunk, Coachella, Motown singer? Executive. What mythical creature most matches your vibe? I hope I'm doing this right. Yeah, okay, you can see it. Mermaid, ghost, alien, dragon. Oh, mermaid for sure. If you became a celebrity tomorrow, what would you want to be famous for? My personality. Don't miss our best quizzes. You're chopped, but you're still hot! Sure, you're chopped, but you're free! We don't mean you're ugly or unchic. Just that you do your own thing and tend to defy the trends and fads. You're so completely yourself, it kind of makes other people short circuit. Yeah, that's one way to put it. They see the kind of person they're trying to be. Fearless, unashamed, totally secure, and free. Whether you're leaving the house in a daring outfit or just sweatpants, you make it work and you make it your own. Nobody can take that from you, and actually, that's the true essence of Slay. Wow, I really learned a lot about myself just now, and I hope you all did too, actually. That I'm free and unashamed and flawless, or whatever it said. Thanks, everybody. Can I do the Macarena while painting? No. The missile is a cat. Fab, what the fuck? None of those words are in the Bible. Sneakers. Bands links not to get distracted. Takes an unk test live stream. Well, I wanted to know. I was worried. The chat makes your IQ go down. True. I psychically sent her a link through my Slay quiz. I know. Drop some mousetrap on Boulder modeling, just like America's Next Top Model. We're both chopped. We're equally chopped. Chopped but hot, as Top Hat Goblin points out. I don't know what chopped means. We're chopped together. I hate this. I learned that I don't trust modern slang. You don't want to know. Take Grondor's Marvel superhero quiz. Please tap the Bible. That says the Vibble with 2 B's. I took a Tumblr Sexy Man quiz too, and I'm spammed in. Ooh. Okay, actually, I want to take that too, but I need to get some work done. That'll be my treat for if I manage to get some work done. I can take a Tumblr Sexy Man quiz. Because I do want to know. I do want to know quite badly. More work, less quiz. Okay. You're right. Oh, interesting. Okay, if I'm looking really closely, I can see that Raiku's claws and teeth have a very pale tan color to them, kind of a natural keratin tone. They're not pure white. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start by doing a layer of that sort of tan color, and then I'll do the shading after. I think that'll look best. It won't really show, but I don't know. At this point, it's like the principle of the thing. Vab abstracted. Yeah, it happens. You get abstracted sometimes. I think I just saw that someone followed. Let me check in just a second. Put my brush in my mouth where it definitely belongs. Let's see. No? What noise did I hear? I don't know what that was. Now who's gonna pay my paycheck? Well, it's not gonna be me. I'm barely paying my own paychecks, whatever that means. Regini takeover plus 1. I did make them slightly smaller in between streams, and I made the video window a little bit bigger. I'm still fiddling with this overlay, but I think we're getting closer to where I want it to be. Bit by bit by bit. Inch by angry inch. Vap comic of Vap trying to make Zubat take an unk test, and Zubat's confused as hell. Well, Zubat works in IT, so I feel like Zubat is maybe the most online of anyone in the house. As strange as that may seem. I feel like Zubat runs like a really old-fashioned blog. Painting during Vap streams is so distracting. I love it, but it's always a bad idea. You're telling me I have the same problem and it's my stream. I posted both quizzes in Vapcord for the chronically distractible. That's me. Oh boy. Okay. Next, what I'm gonna do is something that I've been kind of adding to my process lately to help me not lose my mind on these more complicated paintings. I'm gonna go in with a very light coat of paint and mark a few, like, outlines where they are, because the more color I add, the harder it's gonna be to remember exactly where some of these lines are in the sketch. Like the little lines on his toes. There's not a lot of detail in Suicune that I'm that worried about, but you know, this is just helpful for later. Oh, and then I wanted to mark the little swizzly swirls in his cape. I can like just barely still see the pencil where I marked these down earlier, and then like one more coat of paint, they're just gonna vanish, so now's the time. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. So what's the deal with pennies right now? Did we actually get rid of them in the US? Because I remember hearing that, like, yeah, we're definitely getting rid of them, but then, like, they're still at stores and stuff. So, like, are we for real on that? Or am I just, like, not paying cash enough to notice that they've been totally phased out? Or, like, what is going on with pennies? Someone please let me know, because I just can't seem to get the same answer from two people on it. Let's see. A bat with a blog. Are you telling me Zubat is in fact the most prolific shitposter and no one even knows? Totally. That pays me 0.0001% off a commission per stream I watch. Yeah, I mail you a penny. You should be thankful for her generosity. I agree. I thought Cousin Evie would be online the most and she's always on her phone. I feel like Cousin Evie is only on, like, TikTok. Joel TikTok, as we call it. I don't think that Evie would be on, like, Twitter or, I don't know, Blue Sky or any of the more, like, kind of deep online places. She's certainly not on 4chan. You know, she's only on the cool social medias, I think. They don't exist, says Florian. We're struggling to keep them in stock in our registers at work. Interesting. My store is not restocked on pennies a month when we give change rate round up. Bringing back pennies is a gift for our 250th birthday. We have to round up as well. Occasionally it's awkward since I have to give a coin just received back to the customer. Oh gosh. That's crazy. Yeah, I guess it makes sense though. Ultimately it's just a penny, but it's like, it's the principle of the thing. I get it. Hi, Stumbles. I had to fistfight the Twitchat in the parking lot to get here. Oh god, is it being weird today? Has there been like a Cloudflare outage this weekend or something like that? I definitely have noticed some funkiness with my internet this weekend that I was not expecting, and I don't know if it was just me or what. His big fluffy puppy ears are here. And then the back of his arm kind of comes up and around. And then I want to mark a little bit of gray for his toes. And then I think it's probably time to start getting the background a little bit blocked out with color. I think we're finally at that point. Because I don't want to do, I think I mentioned this last stream, but I don't want to do much of the shading until I know what the lighting in the environment is like. Because I want to paint all three of these guys with like a very similar type of shading. I'm thinking like purplish orange lighting, so. Oh, I should mark the swirls in Raiku's cape. Take you to the amazing digital circus and you will like it. Wow. Kids these days don't even know about going to the movie theaters anymore. It's all about the amazing digital circus. And eating hot chip and lie make the squirrels in Raiku's cape. Hello, Hero R, how are you? Okay, so I've got a big swirl right here. And then comes down and up. These are very similar to like Vulpix's tails, I'd say, in the way that they're kind of splayed out. That's a cool look. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, there's 5. So this one I'm gonna put right here. There we go. Mostly it's behind Sweetcoon, but we won't worry about that for right now. And then he has these little head swirls. His pigtails. His hashtag pigtails. And they come up like this. Oh my god, this song, no. Oh my god, please stop. It really is an earworm, honestly. Okay, got that planned out a little bit. Time to skip this song. They just want to sing. Hi, Riley, of all the times to enter the stream. Okay, let me catch up here. Stumble says the penny thing is a conspiracy. They took away our pennies so they could round up the nearest 5 cents to get even more money out of people. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm painting a leaf storm effect. Painting a bunch of leaves in the wind is so obnoxious. It really is. I was right. We're bringing the bad boys back for our birthday. It is in theaters currently. Oh, you know, actually, good point. Hi, Flair. I'm okay. Winding down before bed. Sounds lovely. It is currently in theaters. If it was. If not, it still is. Hey there, Bad Pup. You're feeling good? Just feeling really neutral right now. It is Neutral Sunday. I'm kind of in the same boat. I think it stops on June 18th, since on YouTube on the 19th. Oh, okay. Leave those Yoshis alone, Vap. They just want to sing. Big year for indie YouTubers getting Hollywood flicks. Yeah, it really is. Watching 2 streams at once again. Stream maxing. Okay, I'm gonna pull up some background references. I'm just gonna talk through how I want this to look out loud so that I have a good notion for what I'm doing. So I know I want the sky to look the same as the original. There's not a lot of sky showing here, actually. It's basically just gonna be this section, but there's gonna be smoke from the burned tower covering up part of the sky. The sky is going to be a nice peaceful gradient from purple down to magenta down to yellow, and then we're gonna have this like pretty dark silhouette of the burned tower and the pine trees on Belchime Trail, and then here is gonna be like a grayish purple, maybe even like a pinkish purple smoke billowing up. So maybe the best thing to do would actually be to get the sky gradient in first, because it's going to kind of carry the color scheme of the rest of the background. It's like the most important part of the background in a way. Hello, Yatsu. How are you? Do you think your team just listens to the Yoshi story title theme on loop and gets really upset if Fab changes it? Learning Dragon Rage if she changes the song. Well, I do know that my younger baby niece is really into Baby Shark right now. And she just, in general, is very into music. And there are some days where she only wants to listen to Baby Shark. I'm like choking down a hiccup right now. Please don't hiccup. I don't want to get the hiccups. No, I don't need that. Okay. Sky gradient first. I don't usually work in this order, but today I think it actually makes sense. Thinking of a new title, says Riley. Should we be worried? Why do you hate Yoshis? You know, it's just a little ear piercing. Yo, Flareon. She is ballin'. How are you? How's it going? It's going just fine. Feeling a little hungry, but that just means I'll be very motivated to cook something tasty after the stream. And I'm so stoked to be working on this painting, ultimately. Like, this is such a fun thing for me to work on. I've been meaning to do this forever. Okay, so we're gonna start with purple. Yeah, we're gonna start with purple. Not that far down, actually. I got kind of lost in thought there about how I want to do this gradient, but I think I don't want it to go that far down. I'm just going to do purple along the top here. Most of you have seen me do watercolor gradients a million billion times before, but for those of you who haven't, I typically like to keep all the paint really quite wet so that it mixes naturally on the canvas and I don't have to do much of anything to make it mix. I find that that is one of the real benefits of watercolor, is it just has its own notions about what it wants to do and it'll just do them. And that's really cool, actually, because it makes it look like you had all these brilliant ideas for how to place the paint down when really the paint was just following its nature. And I think that's beautiful. So I'm getting sort of this orangey magenta for the next layer, and I'm not gonna let it touch the purple just yet, actually. I'm gonna let the purple dry a little bit more. And then the next part of this I want to be even orangier. Same thing, I'm not gonna let it quite touch the previous layer. We've got kind of a lesbian flag color thing going on right now. There we go. Okay, now I think that first layer of purple has soaked in the paper enough that I can let it touch the next layer. So I'm just gonna get my brush wet once more. And then just kind of let these two combine organically. And for the very last layer, which is close to the horizon, I'm just gonna get a very bright yellowish tone. This is going to be hard to put through my scanner, I can tell already, but I've learned some neat little tricks with editing my work lately in Photoshop to make it more color accurate, so I'm having a lot more success lately in getting my scans to look like they do in real life, because I was starting to get pretty frustrated that some scans just weren't coming out the way that I painted them, so. Alright. Now I'm going to mix this pink color with the orange. Just as before, I'm going to let it mix of its own accord. Very good. Then I'm gonna go in super duper carefully around Entei's back thingy. Nice. I actually want the paint to settle a little differently, so I'm just gonna lift it up and let the pigment like sink down here. And it's gonna sort of meld together. Yeah, you can see here that the pigment has moved upward when I tilted the canvas, which I always think looks kind of cool. I do want there to be a little more purple in the sky. I think I went kind of light on the purple, and it's still fairly wet, so I'm just gonna add some in. There we go. Okay, let me catch up on the chat here. Wow, I'm really far behind here. Let's see. The fish returns. Return of the fish. My dog gets scared whenever I get the hiccups. You could be motivated to make something tasty, or you can just sit in your PJs and eat nothing but croissants for 5 hours. So true. Riley redeemed edit stream title. Are the Johto trio dogs or cats? Is Entei real or a figment of a girl's imagination? Is Vap a Suicune in disguise? Find out today on the Vaporeon Special Sunday stream. Wow, that's beautiful. Let me see if I can actually fit this into the stream title. Okay. I'm able to fit everything up until find out, and it just says find out. But I actually think that's funnier that way, so I'm just gonna go for it. Find out? Might be too long, Riley, but I'm sure she can fit some of it. That's the best I can think of. Alternatively, piercing and annoying Yoshi sounds. You can just do the first question in the last part. I gotta figure out what I want to make for dinner, too. Thank you for redeeming edit stream title, by the way, Riley. It's very good. It's very good. Got in the drawing zone earlier and forgot that dinner was time. Yeah, you're 3 hours ahead, so it's like super dinner time. Entei's the biggest lesbian. Does the legendary dog trio is lesbian? Redeemed Dratini takeover +1. How many channel points to bring back the Yoshis? Their singing is so good. Would have been a better title. Are there any canonically lesbian Pokemon? I don't know. In fandom stuff, Sylveon. Well, that's not what the canon is the opposite of fandom. If you can't do it with that title, the alternative can be, where are we going with Vaporeon? That's an easier title, but it might be too long. I think that's fanonically. I already thought of an alternative. On PokeEngine, there's a Bugfire Pokemon that's 2 Fireflies at once that have pride flag colors called Balooblebug. Typing this again so Vap says it a second time. Fanonically, Catherine is the man. Clap, clap, affirmed. Woo, sounds like how I say Woolowa in my head, if that counts, Sylveon. That counts. Might be too long. Yes, yes, RIP. Find oat. Find oat. Croissant suggestions. Are they freezable? Oh, I probably could do that. No problem. Find oat. No lesbians of Pokemon. Pokemon are lesbian. Redeemed very annoying Yoshi sounds to go insane too. I don't think... An actual answer is that I don't think the Pokemon Company has ever made any comments on anything to do with gender or sexuality. They're extremely careful about anything like that they put out there. I think they try to ride the line of not stepping on any one culture or expression's toes, so they do it by just not commenting at all. I think that is basically, unless someone has some exception out there that I've missed, I believe that's my answer. They try to be very careful about political commentary, religious symbolism, anything in that nature. They used to be a little more loosey-goosey with it in the 90s, back before Pokemon like blew up, but since then they've basically cut out anything that might ruffle anyone's feathers as much as they possibly can. They're very, very protective of the IP, so... Not a very fun answer, but I think that is just what the case is. Alright, let's see. Do some purple here. And we're gonna mix up a bit more magenta. Beautiful. And then this is all like gonna be like thick, dark smoke coming up from the tower. So I'm kind of working around it with my brush very carefully. There we are. This time I'm actually just gonna let it mix, I think, and see how that works. I think I was a little too cautious before, and I didn't necessarily need to be quite that cautious. Next layer, sort of a pinky orange color. And we've got these beautiful sloping roofs, very iconic in Japanese architecture. That's how you can tell that this is the tower, even though I'm not painting a lot of detail into it. Just a very unique architectural style. Yeah, I think this is mixing just fine. I don't think I actually need to go that crazy with letting each layer sit separately for a minute. How long is it until the next Deltarune comes out? It's really soon, right? Because when they announced it, it was like 2 weeks away or something, and it's been like 5 days since then, maybe? I really want to play it. I'm very excited. And it's free, too. It's crazy. I feel like I would have just kept paying for it. Like, I guess Toby probably just has more money than God at this point, so he doesn't need anyone to pay for it. But it's really nice that he's releasing these for free. I just kind of expected at a certain point that he would be like, hey, so I've been developing this for like many, many years. Could you please pay? Kind of goated. Goated with the dog, as they say. Alright. I'm getting so many notifications! Okay. I have to finish this layer, and then I'm allowed to enjoy a nice, tasty notification. But not until then. I must earn my notifications. Here's a question for everybody. I think a lot of people have considered that if they had to change their own online username, what would they change it to? But if you had to change my username to something else, serious answers only, what would you change it to? Like, if you actually, like, if I was, like, paying you, right? I was like, hey, I need help with my brand. What do you think would be a better username for me? Well, no, you can't just keep it. You have to change it. Let me catch up here. Let's see. Very annoying Yoshi sounds to go insane, too. I had a very tasty nectarine to tide me over while I do the infernal calculus of figuring out what food I both want and can make. Okay, well, the nectarine does help. Shawazu to Doki Iku? Any Pokemon that are all female like Kangaskhan are probably all lesbians. I think that's for the better. Careful, you mean cowards. I remember these episodes. Looked it up and there are recipes that use croissants. Ooh, that's a good idea. Nimona, Harley from the anime is edging it really. I haven't watched the anime in ages. Dissolve 100 croissants into liquid and drink it. Ooh, croissant smoothie. Croissant puree. I was thinking croissants could probably be a good base for bread pudding. Ooh, that's a good idea. A little gingerbread cookie. How are you? There is actually one called croissant bread pudding. Vindication. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Tucked your head to the side and said I'm angry. Just did the Tumblr Sexy Man quiz. The Deltarian Groundhog didn't see its shadow. Deltarian Winter is only 2 weeks from ending. The results? Bampton. Same. I'd keep it Albro. Sog Dog. Apparently if you flex your arm while the mosquitoes drinking blood, they explode and die. I changed it from Truly Vaporeon to Owlboro Illustrations. It needs to be a new name! A new name! A new name! Squigglebutt the Squelchiest Senior. Okay, well, Boulder actually has one of the best scores right now. Boulder and Blade, because they actually did the assignment and changed it to Vaporoni. Also very good, since you like owls. Smile. Let me rephrase that. I'd make all your usernames, Owlboro and all. Truly a shower, the perfect rebrand name. I got nothing, says Riley. Not a Flareon. You know, Owlboro is like the correct answer. Like, you do get points in that regard. That is what I should probably do, but I'm just too attached to what I have going on right now. Change the name of Vaporeon to Japanese. Cheddar McNobbert. I'm gonna go open the window, actually. I'm getting a little bit stuffy in here. One moment. Don't touch anything while I'm gone. Or else. Okay. The window is open, and all my beautiful thoughts are free to fly away. Shawazu Doku. That's cute! I changed it to possibly a Vaporeon. Vaporeon is Japanese as showers for some reason. Revising my answer to Vaporoni Pizza. It needs that. Sorry, my chair is stuck to my keyboard tray. There we go, that's better. I have fixed it. Okay, so we're gonna have blackish gray, touching canvas ASMR. I forgot about Sunday stream. Hi, Kiwi! We were talking about you on the Friday stream. I'm trying to remember why we were doing that. I think someone asked, like, it was something good. We were talking about you positively. What was it? Someone was like, who would be something, something, something? And I was like, oh, definitely Kiwi. What was the context? I'm not sure I'm asking you. You obviously don't know. You weren't here. Something Kiwi sent. Brutus. Redeemed touch everything. Think fast, Kiwi. Chunk scare. A random ferret appeared. Does anyone remember what I was saying about Kiwi on Friday? I just don't want Kiwi to miss out on the nice things that we said. I don't know what they were. It was not the stinkiest person in the chat. Thank you for redeeming Hydrate. I'm the stinkiest person in the chat. Cheers. A nice, refreshing, sort of lukewarm water, but you know, that's okay. I don't mind a little lukewarm water now and again. You're telling me a Luke warmed this water? At 2 Kiwi? Kiwi is the freakiest screams out of anyone here. Really? Can you do like a super freaky scream? I don't think I can. Maybe if I was being murdered. The Brutus to my Caesar. Is that what it was? I said Kiwi would stab me? I don't remember it being that. I thought it was something nice. Am I losing it? Father, shut up. I'm soggy paper referencing your watercolor. That's really cute, Fish. Probably. I keep trying to think of clever, but that's the best I got. No, I like that. Vap soggy paper. The Voggy vapor. Okay, let's think about these clouds. Let's do some cloud thinking. I don't remember the specifics. It was along the lines of Kiwi is a kind and positive presence in the chat. Yeah, it wasn't that she would stab me. That's so crazy. The question was, if you were Caesar Augustus, who would be the first person to stab you? I don't think so. But maybe it was, I don't know. Maybe it was a mercy kill. I'm sorry, Kiwi. Unclear on what we talked about on my own stream 2 days ago. Oh, it was who would you least expect to stab you? Okay, yes, yes. I don't think Kiwi would stab me. Even if everyone else was doing it. I feel like Kiwi would refrain. If all the cool kids were, I don't know, what do they say, jumping off a bridge or whatever, Kiwi would be like, I don't know. And the bridge is stabbing me in this metaphor, to be clear. It's sort of a stabbing-based bridge activity. One of the worst things you can do to someone on a bridge is stab them, I think. It's actually like top 5 worst bridge activities for friends to do together on a Sunday afternoon. Let's get Raiku's little kitty cat markings on there. Ooh, she's looking so good. So fresh. Wow. Okay, she's got one that's sort of V-shaped, a little farther down here. Oh, I like this song. I just heard Whimsicott sneeze from the other room. Did the mic pick that up? That's funny. And most likely to stab me? I feel like it would be like, it would be someone who's like in the stream, but who like very rarely speaks and mostly just lurks, because I feel like I wouldn't see them coming, you know? It would be like a really cool like assassin stab. I'd be like, oh, hey, I don't remember seeing you around here, you know? a real Assassin's Creed kind of move. And it would be cool. Let's be honest, that would be pretty sick. The vibes of Varch. Oh my god. If I asked the question, I think I asked the question, but I don't remember why. Something like water type to be in line with Pokemon and watercolor. Oh, that's cute. Everyone walks across the bridge just to stab Vap. Would you do it? Least favorite activity, stabbing my friends. Look outside did call me stinky several times. I didn't hear anything. Stabbing-based bridge activity is my second least favorite day in gym class. Yeah, it's one of the worst. How do you get the blood out of your gym shorts? I always stab from the front, because good friends do not stab from the back. Top Hat Goblin has just smiled ominously after I talked about someone who's quietly lurking in the chat being the one to stab me. I'm just gonna go ahead and pin this so I can keep an eye on you. The thing I like about watercolor is it does so much of the work, accidentally look like I know what I'm doing. Exactly! Under Katie's desk sharpening a butter knife. Y'all ever see who in your friend group can slap the hardest? No! Oh my. I haven't participated, but I know a bunch of friends of mine have done that kind of a fight tournament. Top Hat Goblin is a spy! Yeah, spying for big Pokemon. Big Pokemon doesn't want you to know. Oh my goodness. Y'all are killing me. Okay. But not as much as Top Hat Goblin is killing me, apparently. I just heard my cat meow in the distance. Just a distant wah! She's so cute. And I love her. Okay, let's start working on the trees. Hoomst are in the background. So in the first version of this painting that I did a long time ago, I did just black for the trees in the background. They're just a straight up black silhouette, which does look cool. It's very like graphically strong. However, I think this time I'm going to do more of a bluish black. I think that will look cool, and it'll sort of fade down into a lighter color. And I do need to make sure that each tree has a nice crispy outline of its branches so that it looks organic. I'm just going to be painting this layer for a little while, so I will have to catch up on the chat laterino. This is a lot of ground to try and cover in one coat, so I will simply do my best. Gotta leave room for Ho-Oh's feather, sort of cutting across the scene here. And then I've got these big puffy clouds of smoke billowing up from the legendary beast's big powerful stompers as they rush forward. Gooshing smoke. It's an anime term. Very carefully go around the feather, up and over, and then get this pine tree into the shot. Already running a little low on this paint. I'll mix up a bit more in a moment. Continue to talk amongst yourselves in the chat, please. Actually gonna mix up a little more of this real quick, just so I can finish this layer without difficulty. Yeah, there we go. Don't want to let the edges of the paint dry out, or else it'll be kind of noticeable that happened. So I'm keeping it wet by going over each edge periodically as I work, kind of refreshing it. And I'm going very carefully over Entei's cape here. Bit more right here. Nice. Cool. And now I'm gonna start working my way down toward the legendary beasts, but I'm gonna add more blue to my palette so that it looks like this transition of a very dark silhouette down into a lighter area. In fact, I think I need even more blue than that. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. My hand is starting to cramp up. Ooh, that's exciting. I haven't had a nice solid hand cramp while I'm working in a while. Gotta hold my brush a little more gentle. I'm like grabbing onto this thing. I do feel like, going back to the stabbing subject, I did sort of give Kiwi the keys to the kingdom by saying that I think she's the least likely, because then I won't be expecting it. And I've openly told everyone, like, hey, I won't expect this person. So now all you have to do is, like, you know, make the price right, you know what I mean? The question really is, would Kiwi accept bribe money to stab me? And it's like, you know, I don't judge. If the price was right, you know? Like, if you said $5 million to stab me, I wouldn't blame anyone for accepting that. It's 5 million smackaroos. So, you know, just food for thought as you drift off to sleep tonight. Getting some interesting granulation here. I'll fix that in a minute. I'll let that dry a little before I fix it. Let's see. Under Katie's nest. Katie's nest? Under Katie's desk sharpening a butter knife? Oh my god. Vap versus Pav. Alright, catch you later, Flair. The backstabbing Frenchman sapping devices. Universe. No you. Thank you though. Awawa. You guys have a good one. The sequel dequel. Who is your cat, Waluigi? My cat is meowing and the goblin, Panda Katie making the perfect Waluigi sound effect. That's what my cat sounds like. She used to be on stream all the time back in the COVID days before I could close the office door. And she just goes, wah. That's what she sounds like. I gotta go walk my dad's dog. I'll be lurking for a bit. Sounds good. Who? You. Me. Let's see. I think the Automod didn't like that you said scumbag. There we go. I approved it. Speaking of talking amongst ourselves, we should have a Vap stream where we play Among Us. Oh my god. Affirmed, manly Catherine. Oh, thank you for redeeming Big Stretch. Stretch those hand bones. I do need to. Grisping it too powerfully, Sistovi. I found the stabbing clip. Kiwi, if you kill Katie, all her croissants can be yours. And her cars. I'd stab me for 5 million. Vap. I mean, yeah. How much commission discount not to stab you? Is there a stipulation on how the stab has to be? I don't think so. I think it's just stab. So it could be like a nice, gentle, loving stab. The pinned message is somehow threatening. Katie's a bird, she has a nest. Does Nightbot allow Twitch clips, or is our streamer a true tyrant? Nightbot is not allowing it right now, and I'm trying to get it to allow it, and I'm having some difficulty. It's user error, probably. I should probably get some sleep. Dang it, ads says Optimus rollout. Sorry about that. As I was saying, when I think of spy, I'm thinking of backstabbing scumbag Frenchman messing up your sentry nest. Lol, dictator. 6 Semper. Oh, Bladefap, thank you for the gift sub to Optimus rollout. This is your 89th gift sub in the channel. Don't forget, you're here forever. We are 62% of the way through our sub goal with 15 more days to go. We're doing very well in that regard. I think we are easily going to crush the target. TF2, my beloved. TF2 is still, like, very popular, isn't it? I feel like I read some stats a couple years ago about how it still has a very active player base, but I could be misremembering. Someone will have to tell me. Where is... There it is. I still play it. Yeah. Hi, I'm Optimus. Hello, Optimus. Welcome to the chat. Alright, let's get a little more of this mixed up. I'm gonna grab my nice deep turquoise color and add a little bit of French ultramarine to it to make it beautiful. Ooh, my eyes are kind of getting, they burn a little bit. I wonder if I got some sunscreen in them or something earlier. I feel like I have sunscreen eye. San Diego is like fully embracing summer at this point. It's just summer here. It's crazy. People are going to the beach. It's like 75 or 80 degrees out. It's just fully summer already, I guess. We're supposed to have a very warm, luxurious summer here because of El Nino coming in this fall, which is if you're not in the US or California, it's a weather pattern that I think it's like every 4 years we get a super Nino, which is like a very warm, wet weather system that comes over the Pacific Ocean. And we've got a super Nino this year, so it's going to be a warm, wet summer and a winter. Or actually, I think it's drier, hotter summer, wetter, warmer winter, or something like that. You can look it up. But yeah, I can definitely feel it in the air already. This is not what last year was like. Pretty much everywhere. It's gonna be hot. Then I don't need a jacket. Do you guys know that video? I was watching this clip the other day. It wasn't that clip, but it was a different clip of like a reporter who's like out in like some country town, and he's trying to report on, I think maybe like a murder or something really serious. And it's like an outtake of like he's walking toward the camera being like, what really happened in this quiet suburban town? And like a grasshopper flies like into his mouth, and he just loses it and is like, this fuck ass town, I can't get anything done around here. He gets so mad. He's just like, let's get out of here. I can't stand this fuck ass town. I'm not quoting it correctly, but it killed me. Oh man. When I finish this layer, maybe I can pull it up and we can all enjoy it together. It's like, I think what's funny about it is that he switches from having such a beautiful, like, deep, serious reporter voice to just absolutely flipping out. And you know what? A grasshopper flew into his open mouth. Who can blame the man? Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. It's one of those clips that's like of the old internet, I think. A very classic old clip. Back when my brother was living in Colorado, he used to work for a news station, and I got to go into the room where they, you know, recorded the news, and I can really see how these mistakes happen. The whole setup is like, you know, it's very serious, but like, all it would take is a simple miscommunication for someone to not know that they are live, you know? It's like that poor lady doing the like, ah, so pale. It's classic. Alright, we're down in the very last little bits of this. And then I'm going to go in with my small brush and get all the details and edges straightened out, because they're not there yet. Oh, this is a great song. Going down and around each of Raiku's little cape thingies to make them look all nice and crisp. And I want to make all these clouds look nice and sharp around the edges. Nice. Alright, cool. Now I'm going to catch up on the chat and give that a minute to dry. What's the least amount of money you'd be okay being stabbed for? It does really depend on location. If it's going to be a non-critical location, it would need to be enough to cover my hospital bills. Oh, thank you guys for the hype train. Wow, a hype train just fully happened while I was away. My bad. I think at least $500,000 stumbles. Stab loophole, getting a shot counts, I bet. TF2 still going strong, keeps getting fan animations made. That's sick. You're misremembering. I knew it. Valve was like, here's some dev tools in the source code. Go nuts, guys. That's sick. Give me the don't forget you're here forever image vap. I will put it in the Discord, but Boulder's the one who drew it, I believe. Hot Girl Vappy Summer has begun. Recently I've gotten a kitten. It's a dark gray with spots and his name is Shadow. That's so cute. I posted the clip in Vapcord. Vap is right in that she's very positive towards Kiwi, but is also talking about Kiwi stabbing her. Fuck, that's funny, Sylvian. Wow, you are vindicated. That's... wow. I guess I was just excited about getting stabbed by Kiwi. Cool. Well, good for you for standing your ground on this one. That's disgusting. I'd rather not. That's the one I was thinking of. News bloopers are so funny. Got up to 95 degrees here yesterday. I was foolishly like, fucking handle that. I can go into town anyways. A grasshopper. Oh man, the grasshopper's trying to give witness testimony. I'm right now playing on my Nintendo DSi. Welcome back, my Skibbity Sigmas. I love how I Said Pale's co-host mutters through gritted teeth. You're on air. That's so good. If you worked in a place like that where you could be live on air at any point, why wouldn't you act like you're on camera at all times? I'm glad they don't, but it's a sound strategy. Because I think it's because the people who are casting are usually spending a lot of time literally just like sitting there waiting, because other pieces of, you know, news and stuff are like going on and off, and there's just a lot of waiting and reviewing your lines and what needs to be done. So like when I went to my brother's office, I remember like seeing the people just sitting there waiting for like when it was their time to go on. So I think eventually you probably just get bored, I guess is the answer I'm driving at, where it's like you're just gonna be sitting there for 45 minutes and your co-host is right there. Like I would probably start yapping too. I'd be like, well, we're not on, I can say something, you know? It's like with any human system that is built around being excessively nervous and careful, if you have humans doing it, which is your only option, eventually people are going to become numb to the fear that they should have about being careful. It just happens. That's how it goes. Really love the color for the background. Thank you, Mecha. I'm pretty happy with how it's coming out. It's gonna take a little more work, but we're getting there. I remember this song because I'm playing Mew Super Mario Bros. DS. I'm assuming you meant new. You should say less. In fact, mute your mic. I may find the Eevee that died in the race. Is it the one who like runs forward and then just kind of face plants and doesn't get up, and a bunch of people run over to like help it? It's such a cute video. The poor sweetie. Oh, little babu. Okay, let's start giving these guys. Oh, I know I want to do some shading on the eyes of both Entei and Raikou. I already did Suicune's. These guys will have much darker shading on their bodies soon. We're just gonna start with the eyes, because that kind of helps me get a sense for where I'm going. And where I've come from. Cotton Eye Joe, etc., etc. How many news until it's no longer new? Now that I think about it, it's kind of strange how serious the hosts have to be. Yeah, it is interesting. I bet that's a very competitive line of work, because you probably have to be like attractive and calm and well-spoken and able to like look very serious on the turn of a dime. That's not a phrase. You have to be able to look very serious very quickly. And yesterday's news called old? Random question, not all because I'm eating tacos. How do you make your tacos? Gosh, I haven't made tacos in ages. This is gonna sound like a humble brag, but it's because living this close to the border with Mexico, I can get the best tacos ever pretty much anywhere in San Diego. So I've fully stopped making my own tacos at home since I moved here, because it's like, why bother? I could get tacos for like $2 from a place on the corner that just beat the tar out of my tacos. So yeah, if I did have to make them at home though, I'm gonna try to answer your question in the spirit with which it was asked, which is always what I demand of you guys. So fair's fair. I am sometimes a sucker for like super white person Taco Tuesday, where it's just like ground beef cooked with taco spices, some refried beans, some shredded cheese, some guacamole, you know, just like that. That does hit sometimes. There's something very nostalgic to me about that. If I was trying to make like really good tacos at home, I would probably do like maybe like something with pico de gallo would be nice. I like a really like refreshing taco. like different textures and stuff. I also like me a fish taco. My mom was pretty scandalized by that concept when she first moved here. But once you've had a good fish taco, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it now. I think my mom, for some weird reason, she was under the impression, this was many, many years ago, but she thought it was like sort of like a sushi thing. She didn't realize that it's usually like a battered fish, you know? Like a fried and battered fish, which is pretty much good in any scenario, so. She now likes fish tacos very much. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty rare that I meet a taco I don't like. Tacos al pastor is my favorite, but I will not turn my nose up at pretty much anything. I think a shrimp taco is like probably my least favorite kind of taco, but I'll still eat it. Oh my god, this song again. I can't believe this is happening to me. I'm such a victim. Okay, you know what? I'll leave it on because you guys look really happy. I looked up at the chat and I just like, yes, 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 yes. So I'll let it play for a little while. Just for you jackals. Am I making this better or worse? Probably worse. It feels good though. This song always reminds me of the Bluey opening. Well, not the whole thing, but you know, the part we just listened to. The da 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 da. Okay, let me catch up here. Let's see. Humble brag. That's just a brag, Katie. I love sour cream. I pile that crap on until it's legally considered sour cream. I also love sour cream. Guac is very tasty. Me too. I mean, yes, I agree. Not me too. God. Have you heard the song White People's Taco Night by Lou Berger? I don't think so. At my dad's last birthday, I had a skinned avocado that had been roasted, so my mom doesn't like avocado, and it came with one. Oh, that sounds interesting. I had a taco for the first time this week, says Hero War. Ah, because you're in, like, the UK, right? It was a sushi taco at a local sushi restaurant using fried rice, paper, the taco, and sashimi, mango, and avocado for the filling. That sounds delicious. It's a good thing she didn't see me stuff the entire avocado in my mouth and eat it. Sounds good. Yoshi, yes, yes, yes. Piercing and shrill and annoying Yoshi noises. If I hops the border just to eat tacos, yay, I know the whole song. And I don't have to hop the border. I can just go to any one of a billion taco shops right here in San Diego. Heard the J and thought that was going to say something very different. Yoshi is inescapable. This is my jam. I like my tacos, flour, tortilla, ground beef, shredded cheese, and ketchup. Ketchup? That's crazy! Bring back the Yoshis. You know Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link? I don't know. Maybe. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Let me look. Oh yeah, I do. What about it? My sister isn't very good at making tacos. She drains the fat from the meat. To the point it's just drier than the Sahara. Oh, that's sad. The fat is where all the yummy is. Sour cream and refried beans go hard. They really do. I could just sit and eat those two together plain. Someone made a ROM hack of that. The substitutes Link for Mario. It's very much a banger for music. That sounds sick. You said it, not me, says Blade. Ketchup tacos is some nonsense they eat in a random European country like those Swedish pizzas. Yeah, that one. The one that's like an RPG but also a platformer. Mexican food is not super common in the UK, even less common in Poland. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like, even, honestly, even if you go, like, to, like, NorCal or, like, even the Bay Area here, like, you can't get good Mexican food usually. It's pretty rare. That is one thing I really miss anytime I travel. I'm very accustomed to Mexican food. At least once a week I'm eating that, so... You just get used to it living in California and you're like, yeah, everywhere has this. I'm like, no, not really. Ketchup on tacos. What's next? Mustard on cookies? No. Surely not. That would be crazy. Okay, let's do the burned tower itself next. My dad and stepmom are actually traveling to Poland pretty soon, speaking of Poland. I hope they have a good time. They haven't been before, but they sound very excited for it. Okay, I think I'm gonna make the tower mostly black. Spaghetti. What a dreadful sound that I've just made with my mouth. But the concept of spaghetti actually isn't that bad. Because, like, spaghetti usually has a tomato-based sauce in it, so that's what ketchup is. I guess ketchup has a lot of sugar in it, though. That's the difference. Ketchup is a fairly sweet sauce. I've said this before, and people looked at me like I was crazy, but I think that is basically... Because you don't think of ketchup as being a sweet sauce, because it goes with, like, fries and stuff. But it is basically a sweet sauce. That's, like, what it is. That's why it goes so well with fries. It's like a sweet and salty thing. Kind of strange, but true. Okay, so I'm drawing all these jagged planks and stuff. And if you look at the recipe for most ketchup bottles, or not the recipe, the ingredients, sugar is a pretty critical component. I love my sugary tomatoes, I really do. They're wonderful. I guess you probably can get ketchups that are not sugary, but I want nothing to do with such things. Give me sugar or give me, I guess, death. No, not death. Give me sugar or give me a different condiment. Alright. Almost finished with the silhouette of the tower. And I've got it lined up like directly with Suicune. Nice. My friend Andy loves spaghetti. Typing is for the true experts in life, not me. For context, Swedes eat pizza with bananas, berries, peanuts, chicken, and pineapple. First of all, that's crazy. Second, I think Brazil is also known for really unusual pizza combos. That's crazy. You're crazy. It makes perfect sense since it's tomato-based, but then it's also sweet. Thoughts on mayonnaise on French fries? I'm okay with it. I like tartar sauce on French fries. House-made mayo or aioli with fries goes crazy. Yeah, aioli for sure. Tried those in Germany, better than ketchup. Ketchup! Aw, ketchup is such a cute-sounding word. Death, says Boulder. Help, I'm stuck in Mario 64. I prefer to dip my french fries into iced creme. Affirmed, caveman. I dip my burgers into ice cream. Ah, you guys are making me hungry. Ketchup is a Pokemon. I'm sure I've told you guys this before, but back when the Pokemon Phantump was first revealed, I do not know why I could not remember that poor thing's name. I was calling it Spootump for months, because I thought it was like spooky and stump. Spooky is not on its name at all, and Spootump is a crazy sound. Spootump. So yeah, hopefully that will infect you all with my little mind worm, and then you'll call it Spootump. I still think it sometimes when I encounter a Phantump. There he is, Spootump. Spootump and I think Grookey. I kept remembering it as Gronky, and I was like, that can't be it. That can't be it. That's not. I was correct. That's definitely not what it's called. Spootump sounds like something that'll get me banned. Funny you should say that. There's a highway NPC who wants a banana pizza. We'll critique other pizzas you try to give him. You get an achievement for delivering a banana pizza to him. Appropriately, the achievement is called Stand and Deliver. That's adorable. I had a peanut butter pizza once that was actually really legit. But like, peanuts are a very versatile ingredient, so it kind of makes sense. It's not that crazy of a notion. They can be sweet, they can be salty, it could be crunchy, it could be smooth. They have many wonderful things they can do. And I just love peanuts in general, so. I'm gonna start giving these guys their pupils. Try to get a really good sense of where they're looking. They all have pretty much the same type of eye. They have a small black oval pupil with a white shine. Very small pupils though, which I guess makes them look sort of fierce or predatory rather than cute. So I'm gonna try to keep them nice and small. They're gonna look a little odd for a minute because I haven't done a lot of work on their faces, but you just have to trust the process. Y'all remember the Heinz Easy Squirt purple and green ketchup? I do! Do they still sell those peanut butter and jelly like Wombo Combo jars? I used to call Tinka Tinkas Tinka Tot. Oh, that's cute. Been getting a fair amount of barbecue since moving to Savannah. Ugh, I'm jealous actually. Using fries to mop up the sauce at the end is always a delight. Oh, Toby, can we trade lives? Same with Eggs Benedict mopping up the hollandaise with hash browns. Ah! I want that. Maggie, gotta learn how to make Eggs Benny. It's such a fancy dinner or meal, not inherently dinner by any means. Been thinking about ordering the Force print, and then I had a dream about ordering the Force print. Now I'm scared. Oh my god, that's so funny. Your guardian angel appeared in your sleep and was like, don't do this, don't do this. Dinner is when I want. Dinner is when I seem to want an Eggs Benedict. Eggs Benedict is delicious. It is. And I do think of it as being a very, like, fancy food that you can only get at a restaurant, even though that's not literally true. It does feel that way, doesn't it? I think I stole my Sylveon. I think it was a sign that you definitely should. I'm not biased. I'm not biased. And if you think I am, you can talk to my lawyer. Okay. I do actually think that since we had a 50-50 split in this whole feather situation, that I am gonna do two. This one's gonna be a little smaller, and I'm gonna slightly change its angle in the drawing, but I think two is cool. One on each side, and then it's sort of balanced. And you get the sense of them like floating down in different directions. That's sort of appealing, so. Goober, sometimes I just get a jar and eat it in a day. Dude, before, in the olden days, back when, gosh, before I went to college even, the very olden days, back when I was working at, I think I was working at Starbucks at the time, sometimes I would just go buy canned, like, cake frosting, just like, I think it's like the Pillsbury or whatever, canned frosting, and I would just eat it. I would just eat it with a spoon like it was something to do. At the time, I was pretty, like, underweight, so I think it was at least somewhat justified in that, like, I needed calories, but also, ew. But I would do it again, though. I would. I shouldn't, because I'm now at the age where I think such a thing might actually stop my heart. But I have thought about it occasionally. I look at those canned frostings and I think, now that is some hydrogenated oil that I want clogging up my heart. There's just something very, very like crappy yummy. That's a new type of flavor about canned frosting that you just can't capture with a real homemade buttercream. And I know this because I do a lot of home baking. I've tried a lot of buttercreams, and they're wonderful. I love buttercream frosting, but oh, I love hydrogenated fats as well. I love them so much. I've been seeing a lot of very funny posts from, I think, Europeans who are in the country for the World Cup, who are getting to try our various American slops and delicacies for the first time, and I'm very happy for them. Not a lot of things we're super excelling at as a nation lately, but I will say that just deliciously salty, fatty, huge portion restaurant meals we are still king of. Okay, let Let me catch up here. Thank you for following, Next Dragon. This is maybe the scariest thing that's ever happened here. What is? Eggs Benny is delicious? My brother used to make Eggs Benedict for special occasions a lot when I was a kid. Aww, one of my absolute favorite lunch foods because of that. That's so pleasant. I vote on one feather, so stumbles. Ah, too late. It's like, I poach an egg in my ramen all the time. I can toast an English muffin, no problem. All I need to learn how to do is make a hollandaise, and I'm good to go. Oh, making a hollandaise is easy. Oh, Toby, you could do that in like 10 minutes. It's probably a bad omen and a warning for my subconscious id, but that's kind of cool. I wasn't able to vote earlier. I would have been the tiebreaker. No! 16 ounces of canned frosting sounds like a torture method. Struggle meals. Why does everything delicious want to kill us? That's true, except for mangoes. I did that in college sometimes. They should sell little packets of frosting, like those little ketchup packets. Like in Matilda when that kid had to eat the whole cake. Cathador says it's just like those store-bought cookies that are sugary packed flour. I unironically love those cookies. They're so cheeks, but like they're so good. Deep fried Oreos with powdered sugar are a southern delicacy. Also love me a deep fried Oreo. I would absolutely house one of those right now, or several. Yeah, the grocery store cookies I have a soft spot for. If those pop up at like a Halloween party or something, I'm just gonna like camp out at that table and make sure that I get all of them. Well, maybe not all of them. That's not good behavior, but a lot of them. People always say such mean things about those cookies, and like I get it. They're not good objectively. They're bad cookies, but they're good bad cookies, and they're always there for me. And they've got those crummy little sprinkles. I just love them so much. They're so bad good. Mango actually sucks. Wow, Stumbles. This is the closest you've ever come to me sending a trained assassin to your house. I can't believe you'd say that. The scary thing was the voice print dream. Oh, you responded to the wrong thing. Okay. I could crush a pack of Loft House cookies with the pink icing in high school. Mangoes absolutely want to kill us. They're a poison ivy and oak relative. Well, they're doing a bad job. They're one of the most consumed fruits in the world. I see, taking notes. The skin and to a lesser extent the seed can cause severe reactions. Yes, I've known some people who are very allergic to the skin of mangoes, and I think that's really sad. I love chocolate-covered Oreos. People really do make deadly things into food you can eat. I like mango, let me tell you, mushrooms. Sometimes things that are worse are better. Or something like that. Oh my god, y'all are killing me. Okay, I'm just gonna move a bunch of my refs around for a minute. Let's work on the smoke. I dare ya, I double dare ya. I love me a mango. They're not the easiest in the world to get when they're kind of at the peak appropriate ripeness though, which I do think is sad. I often will buy them at the store for Clay because they're one of Clay's favorites, and like, even if I really go out of my way to get like super yummy good ones for him, like they're not always very good. I've heard that like one of the features you need to look for when purchasing a mango at the grocery store is you want it to be like oozing a little bit of like nectar from near the stem area. You want it to be like that ripe that it's like sort of starting to just kind of like drip and fall apart. But that's very hard to find because usually once they reach that stage they're like so soft that they're getting damaged and getting thrown out. So challenging stuff. What I'm trying to do here is put like gooshes of smoke that are sort of radiating out from, especially from Suicune, who's at the center of this composition, but kind of from all of them. I want this smoke to be coming out. And compositionally this is nice because then all of the lines in the image are pointing inward and upward towards Suicune in the middle. So it kind of like guides your eyeball along, which is nice. Nice, nice. Okay. Oh, let's see. Nightshades, how we mix some of the most common foods that have formerly poisoned plants. Refs, Art Fight this year told me that refs are illegal. What? Don't tell me they legalized, or don't worry, they legalized refs. Oh, I do remember seeing the stuff about this. Also peppers, we evolved to hurt people, not to eat us. People, oh, it bites back? That's so novel and delicious. That's good, that was such an insane take by them earlier. Art Fight loves to put out the most unhinged takes ever right before it starts. Gooshes of smoke, I like that. Like the BG on this with the dark trees against the sky, by the way. I'm always impressed by clean contrast like that in watercolor. Why, thank you! I do like me a silhouette. This is really pretty looking. I like how the background is coming. Thanks, everybody! This is very sweet. Were peppers cultivated, or did we just eat them anyway? You're the man, Katie. Clap, 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 clap. I bet Ho will look great against the deep purple. Yeah, exactly. He's gonna look so good. Dark Souls font. Dog walked. Excellent, excellent. A funny twist of this is they specifically want birds eating them instead of mammals, because birds don't taste spiciness, so I like to imagine peppers have categorized humans as a form of bird. We eat them anyways, says Charlotte. Oh man, that's really funny. We're featherless bipeds. I think it all stands to reason. What do I want to do next here? The neighbor's door has been very squeaky lately. That was my best imitation of it. Well, I said I was gonna hold off on shading until I had the clouds in here. Thunkful, thunkful. Oh, I think Raikou has some stripes on his back leg that actually would be showing in this position. I need to add those in. Did a thing in VR last night where I visited the casino Luigi works at in Super Mario 64 DS. He was there. The man. Wow, the man. I learned this because I got spicy bird food to try and keep squirrels out of Daisy's bird feeder. I did see a very good design if you're still having problems with squirrels. I saw a very good design for a bird feeder. Unfortunately now I can't remember what the brand was, but it was just a very simple design where if a creature heavier than a bird puts its foot on any part of the feeder, really, the central part like slides down and the opening where the seeds fall out gets like closed up. It's just a very simple like mechanical design. But I've seen a lot of people say it's like the only thing they've found to defeat the squirrels. So if you're on a mission, I don't know how serious you are about this, but if you are on a mission, you might look into that. Squirrels are real determined little fellas. Oh, I know. I wanted to go around the eyes and give them more definition. I've been kind of talking and thinking about that for a while. So I've mixed up sort of a muddy purple here. You hear children screaming outside. It's just the neighbor's kids getting into an argument with each other. Don't worry about it. You can hear them going, ah! They love to tick each other off. Alright, there's Entei's eye. He immediately has a cooler look to him. Suicune also needs the same thing. Give him, like, basically, like, eyelids. I'm putting their eyeliner on. Let's call it what it is. The legendary beasts visit Sephora. I actually don't know, like, anything about makeup, to be honest. I know Sephora is a store where you can buy it, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I could make his upper lid a little thicker. And then last but not least, my beautiful kitty cat. My My sweet little Meow Meow who did nothing wrong. Raikou. Using sort of a dirty brownish yellow color to outline his eyes so that it blends in nicely with the fur and doesn't look too out there. You don't know anything about makeup? Then explain this. That is a really good point. They actually did that on their own. I didn't help them with that. Why haven't you sent help back? Oh, this is at my old place. New place. I'm cool with the squirrels here getting a little nibble. Well, good. Squirrels at my old place did not entertain Daisy one bit. They did not care about her pounces. These ones encounter a lot more stray cats, so they actually react to her. Oh, that's fun for her. Tony, have you got any weird or goofy comments on your art that have stuck with you? Sometimes I get funny comments that are not really intended to be funny, but they are, where like someone will just, if a piece gets popular enough, eventually people will just start commenting the name of the Pokemon without like anything else. So like on my Charizard piece, someone will just be like, Charizard. And I don't know whether I want to like favorite those comments or like ignore them or respond to them or what. It's like, yes, that's Charizard. I don't know what we're doing here. Like, they're not doing anything wrong. It's just like, it's such a funny little like what inspired them to leave this comment? You know what I mean? It makes me wonder. Those always make me laugh. I also really like when I make fan art of a Pokemon or, you know, a subject or whatever that is like not that popular. Like I did that piece that had Armaldo in it a while ago. Or I think it was Anorith. That had Anorith in it. And an account on Blue Sky that was called like the Armaldo Enjoyer like showed up in my comments and was like, yes, 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 yes. It was very cute. What you need to do is set up a separate squirrel feeder. Vaporeon. Yes, it is Charizard. Good job. Places tons of papers in the wrong Raikou. Where would you like to start? Who's the wrong Raikou? Genius stumbles. I have in fact seen dedicated squirrel feeders for sale. That's kind of cute. I really like squirrels and chipmunks, so... They also politely take little bits of the suet bird food instead of what they used to do with the tray bird feeder where they would just lie down and gorge themselves. They were lying down in it? That's crazy. That's the type of greed they talked about in the Bible. Just fully luxuriating. Oh my god, that's so funny. Just lying down in plain view of you, like, what are you gonna do about it? I wish I could lie down in my food. What am I doing? What the heck am I doing? There we go. And he has like 2 layers of spikes coming out of his back, and I kind of forgot to get the closer layer defined. All the wrong Raikou is done. Oh, I get it. That's funny. It's a thing about how every Pokemon is someone's favorite. I can imagine the commenter having a big content grin from seeing their favorite Pokemon. Yeah, it's very sweet. And then I go to their page and it's like all just reblogs of Armaldo. I make sure to go out of my way to leave weird comments on your stuff, as is my wanton desire. Well, I look for your comments, Boulder. I expect them. They were lying down. Let me see if I can find my photos from the Squirrel Hot Wings incident. I think that included a photo of the gluttonous lounging. When you post this painting, I'll make sure to comment Charizard. Thank you, Kiwi. I feel very respected. Squirrels are like the mob. You have to give them protection money or your birds will end up in a bad situation, as it were. Great use of as it were, by the way. That's so funny. Squirrels are kind of like the mob, though. I mean, you're right. I used to love watching the gray squirrels back when my grandparents were living in rural Connecticut. they're so like funny, and they have so much personality, the way they twist their tails around and they get irritated by things. I just think they're very charming little critters. If only Andesite was here when we're talking about squirrels. I don't think I missed much, but I'm here now. Hi, Riley. I'm gonna wrap up pretty soon, actually. We're getting towards the tail end of the stream, and I need to do meal prep and stuff for the week, but I'm gonna get a little bit more done here. Try to make it to closer to 8:30. My nose is getting very stuffed up, I think, though. I keep having this problem where I talk a lot on stream, and then my nose just gets all clogged up. I was better for a while there. They gave me, antibiotics to clear up my sinuses, but then when I finished the course of antibiotics in like a week, my nose went right back to being, well, not right back. It is better than it was before, but it's definitely not good, so I don't know. I guess I'll have to go see the doctor again and be like, hey, when I talk to the goblins who live in my computer for too long, my nose gets runny. Hate to admit it, but I spaced out so hard I think I attracted an alien presence. Top Hat says it'd probably be a funny bit to have the username wrong Pokemon commenter and just actively do that. See a pick of Charizard and go, Rowlet, heart, heart, heart. Wanted to check in again. I should probably go to sleep soon myself. It is getting late. I once saw a squirrel do a backflip. I believe it. They are very agile. They often seem like they have more force than they have, like, control of their bodies. Do you know what I mean? They're, like, stronger and wirier than they should be. Send themselves flying. See you Wednesday, Vappy. Yep, I will see you on a Wednesday. Have a good sleep. Funkful, funkful, funkful. Okay, the ho-oh feathers are looking good. I do want to add a little bit of shading to the white fluffy part. I'm just gonna do it in like a nice purple tone so it's not too intense. And most of it will be kept white. It'll just be around the edges that it's darker. I'm really hoping this week will be the week that I hear back from some of the cons that I applied to this spring. I think several are within the window of when they said I should expect to hear back, so that would be really nice. So tired, but I'm glad I stayed, said Blade. I'm glad you stayed too. Sometimes the squirrels here hang out a few feet above the bird feeder and scold Daisy through the window. They yell and flick their tails. How dare you be inside house, cat. Forgot to take my next antibiotic and you reminded me. Oh good, I'm here to help. This one time I was out walking, I scared a squirrel off a tree just by being near it. Took off running, and normally they just jump to a different tree, but this squirrel ran past 7 trees and kept going. I think that squirrel was trying to show you like a treasure perhaps. That seems it seems like it was trying to take you somewhere. Ooh, Cupcake Dex is live, and she's working on Pride Pokemon Cookie Cake. Let's send a raid over to Cupcake Dex. I haven't been able to raid her in ages. I love the squirrels in populated areas that are completely unafraid of people. I was trying to communicate with one last week. I wonder if you brought it snacks, if it would become your friend. Speaking of cons, you should be hearing back from Denver very soon. I had a discussion with them. Gun. Hello, Gustavo Cordy. I'm sorry, I'm just wrapping up my stream right now. You're here to help whether you like it or not. Okay, so the raid message is going to be truly a raid as usual. Have a wonderful week, you guys. Thank you for hanging out, and I will see you on Wednesday evening, same time, same place, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Have a lovely sleep. Take care of yourselves. Can confirm I'd become your squirrel for snacks. Thank you, Trisu. Good night, everybody. Goodbye. Stay soggy.
Truly a Vaporeon. Oh my gosh. Raiders, thanks so much for joining us. Raiders, welcome to the Cupcake Dex, where we make foods inspired by the worlds of Pokemon. Welcome, Truly a Vaporeon. It's so lovely to see you again. It's been so long. Y'all, you have seen VAP comics on the internet, so you gotta, you have seen VAP comics. You gotta check out Truly a Vaporeon if you're not already, which I doubt that you've never seen a VAP comic in your life. VAP comics are a delight. Everything that Truly a Vaporeon makes is really cool. Hello, Sunsurkit. Hello, Truly. Wait, did I see Truly and Umbreon somewhere? No? Okay. Hello, Foolish Fisho. That's a great name. Welcome. It's truly a raid. Y'all, how was your stream? Welcome on over. It is Pride Month here at the Cupcake Decks. We always make a Pokemon themed dessert on our Sunday menus, but today we are making some little Pride Ditto on our giant cookie cakes. Hello, Foolish. Thank you so much